Ohio has been hiding things. While the world cracked cornfield jokes, this state stockpiled geological anomalies. It holds the largest prehistoric effigy mound on Earth and the largest Amish settlement on the planet. Unseen Ohio that nobody talks about. Nature declared Ohio its laboratory 300 million years ago. Gorges, caves, ancient seabeds, islands with Caribbean-colored water, nowhere near an ocean. 10 locations. And number 6, an underground crystal cathedral that glows orange in winter and almost nobody knows it's there. Let's go. 1. Hocking Hills. We're starting with a place that looks less like Ohio and more like a canyon system lost on its way to the Pacific Northwest. Hocking Hills is blackhand sandstone carved into recessed caves, waterfalls, and cliffs wrapped in hemlock. Old Man's Cave is the centerpiece, a gorge of overhangs and plunge pools. Ash Cave is the largest recessed cave east of the Mississippi, a horseshoe amphitheater with a waterfall cascading over its lip. Fun fact, this was once a shallow ocean floor. The sandstone is compacted beach sand from a sea that vanished 300 million years ago, making these gorges a ghost of an ancient coastline. Visit in spring or fall when water flow peaks. Plan 2 days, arrive early, this place fills up. From the ghost of an ancient ocean, we now trade carved sandstone for carved gorge because our next stop is a canyon hidden in the middle of Ohio farm country. 2. Mohican State Park. Mohican State Park is the Ohio nobody expects. The Clear Fork Gorge cuts 300 feet deep through hemlock so dense the temperature drops 10 degrees when you step inside. Big Lions Falls plunges 80 feet into an amphitheater of moss and mist, and a trail takes you behind the waterfall. The Wisconsin Glacier stopped just north of here, so the Clear Fork River carved uninterrupted for millennia while everything above it was bulldozed flat, making Mohican a frozen snapshot of pre-Ice Age Ohio. Visit in late spring when rhododendron blooms. The climb back tests your legs. Bring water. From a gorge the glaciers forgot, we now trade raw geology for raw rebirth, because our next stop is the only national park in America born from a burning river. 3. Cuyahoga Valley National Park. Cuyahoga River Valley sits between Cleveland and Akron, and that positioning is exactly why it's one of the most overlooked protected landscapes in the country. Brandywine Falls drops 65 feet over a cliff that glows orange and gold in autumn. The Ledges Trail winds through moss-covered rock formations cracked into geometric patterns during the last ice age. Fun fact, the Cuyahoga River famously caught fire in 1969, sparking the Clean Water Act and the creation of the EPA. The river that burned became the river that saved America's waterways. The park was designated in 2000, one of the youngest in the national system. Rent a bike and ride the towpath trail. Fall is prime for color. Summer offers the best water flow. From a river that changed environmental history, we now trade modern engineering for ancient engineering, because our next stop is an earthwork so precise it aligns with the solstices, and we still don't know who built it. 4. Serpent Mound. Serpent Mound is the most mystifying archaeological site in North America. A 1,300-foot snake effigy, coiled and swallowing an egg, built into the earth in Adams County. From the ground, it's subtle. From above, it's unmistakable. 7 coils, an open mouth, and an oval aligned to the summer solstice sunset. The head points to the solstice. The coils align to the equinoxes and lunar standstills. This was an astronomical observatory built into the landscape. Fun fact, we still debate who built it. The leading theory points to the Fort ancient culture around 1070 AD, but some archaeologists argue for the Adena people 1,000 years earlier. Artifacts from both have surfaced, one of the great unsolved puzzles of pre-Columbian America. Visit at sunrise or sunset when low-angle light reveals the contours. Go in with an open mind. This place raises more questions than answers. From an ancient serpent carved into the earth, we now trade soil and mystery for water and sunlight, because our next stop is a chain of islands with water so clear it looks like the Caribbean, except you're in Lake Erie. 5. Lake Erie Islands. The Lake Erie Islands are a geological flex. Put-in Bay on South Bass Island is the archipelago's heart. Wineries, limestone cliffs, and views that look nothing like the Midwest. Perry's Victory Monument, a 350-foot granite column, commemorates a War of 1812 naval battle fought on this lake. Kelly's Island is quieter, home to glacial grooves, 400-foot furrows carved into limestone by a 2-mile-thick ice sheet, the largest accessible glacial grooves on the planet. Lake Erie's western basin averages only 24 feet deep, the shallowest Great Lake. The water warms faster here, creating a microclimate that supports island wineries and peach orchards found nowhere else on the Great Lakes. Take the Miller Ferry from Catawba in summer. Rent a golf cart. Cars are pointless. Stay for sunset at the West Shore Cliffs. From island sunshine and glacial scars, we now trade open water for total darkness. Because our next stop is an underground crystal cathedral that repaints itself twice a year. 6. Ohio Caverns. The Ohio Caverns is the state's underground masterpiece, discovered by a farmhand in 1897 who noticed water vanishing into a sinkhole. Beneath lies a crystal cathedral, stalactites, stalagmites, and columns in colors from pristine white to rust red, painted by iron oxide and manganese. The Crystal King is the star, a pure white stalactite nearly 5 feet long, suspended like a frozen chandelier. Dual formations where stalactite and stalagmite have met create pillars that look intentionally sculpted. Fun fact, the caverns maintain 54 degrees year-round, but the real phenomenon is the seasonal color shift. Iron-rich groundwater stains the formations orange in winter, then fades to white in summer. The cave repaints itself twice a year. The tour takes an hour. Wear shoes with grip. The formations are vivid enough you'll remember them without photos. From an underground world of shifting color, we now trade darkness for daylight, because our next stop is the largest Amish settlement anywhere on the planet. 7. Amish Country. Holmes County is home to roughly 36,000 Amish, the largest settlement in the world, living without electricity or cars in central Ohio's rolling farmland. Berlin is the hub, but the real experience happens on the backroads, one-room schoolhouses, buggies, and farm stands selling cheese, bread, and furniture built without a single power tool. This is not a theme park. It's a functioning alternative society. Buggies share roads with pickup trucks, cheese houses have international reputations, and the craftsmanship is world-class. The Amish population in North America doubles roughly every 20 years, driven by large families and a retention rate over 80%. In a world of declining birth rates, the Amish are quietly growing, making Holmes County not a relic but a glimpse of one possible American future. Visit on a weekday, stop at Guggisberg Cheese, and respect the culture and do not photograph Amish people. From the quiet discipline of Amish country, we now trade tradition for creative rebellion because our next stop is a tiny college town with a world-class gorge and a resident named Dave Chappelle. 8. Yellow Springs. Yellow Springs is what happens when a liberal arts college, a nature preserve, and a hippie commune raise a town together. Antioch College set the tone early. Co-educational in 1852. No mandatory church. Dave Chappelle lives here. So do artists, activists, and roughly 3,700 people who collectively decided chain stores don't belong downtown. The crown jewel is Glen Helen Nature Preserve, 1,000 acres of forest, waterfalls, and limestone cliffs anchored by the Yellow Spring itself, rich in iron oxide that permanently tints the rocks orange. Clifton Gorge connects to John Bryan State Park, where the Little Miami River cuts through a narrow canyon with 100-foot walls and Class 3 rapids. The Yellow Spring water was once bottled as a health tonic in the 1800s, believed to cure everything from rheumatism to bad luck. The spring still flows, the cure for bad luck remains unproven. Park downtown and walk. The town is 5 blocks. Hike Glen Helen in the morning. This place rewards wandering without a plan. From a town that refuses to follow rules, we now trade creative rebellion for timeless motion, because our next stop traces the spine of America's original frontier, where landscapes shift every mile. 9. Ohio River, Scenic Byway. The Ohio River Scenic Byway traces the river for over 400 miles along Ohio's southern border, but the eastern stretch through Appalachian foothills is the most dramatic. Marietta was the first permanent settlement of the Northwest Territory, founded in 1788. Its brick streets and federal architecture feel preserved in amber. Heading east, the river widens and bluffs rise. Overlooks appear around every bend, the river sweeping past, forested hillsides, and coal barges that look like floating cities. The Hannibal Locks and Dam is worth a stop. Watching a 1,000-foot barge drop 40 feet in a concrete chamber is unexpectedly thrilling. Fun fact, the Ohio River has been a boundary between free and slave territory, a highway of westward expansion, and the most industrialized river in America. Yet bald eagles nest in the sycamores and herons stalk the shallows. Drive from Marietta east towards Steubenville. Plan a full day, the overlooks demand you pull over, and they reward you every time. From the river that built a nation, we now trade natural beauty for human achievement. Because our final stop is a city that rebuilt itself from industrial collapse into one of America's most culturally dense urban centers. 10. Cleveland, cultural. Cleveland is the closer Ohio deserves. A city counted out that came back swinging. The Cleveland Museum of Art is one of the most distinguished in the world, and remarkably, it's free. The collection spans 6,000 years and 61,000 works, housed in a building where the 1916 neoclassical structure merges with a modern glass and marble atrium. The West Side Market, operating since 1912, is a cathedral of food. A vaulted brick hall with 100 vendors under a clock tower that has watched the neighborhood transform around it. Fun fact, Playhouse Square is the largest performing arts center in the United States outside New York City. 10 theaters, over 1 million visitors a year in a district nearly demolished for parking lots in the 1970s. Cleveland's cultural survival is a story of stubborn, against-the-odds preservation. Visit the Art Museum on Tuesday or Thursday evenings. Spend a Saturday morning at the West Side Market. Park in Ohio City and walk. The best discoveries happen between the destinations. If this video changed how you see Ohio, hit like, subscribe for more unseen places, and comment which spot you'd visit first. If this video made you laugh, dream, or scream road trip, you will love the next video. Click here. The next wonder is one click away.